really weird. But sometimes YouTube Live is weird. I'm still new to this, trying to figure this out, so bear with me. As soon as I started the lot, like when I went to go live, it asked me to do all this random stuff I never had to do before. So it's like I lost a whole half hour, but that's the devil. But it is what it is. Like, yo, that never happened to me when I tried to go live before. Every time I went to go live, it was smooth. But now I want to talk about this, and it wouldn't work. But it is what it is. All right. Nobody's in here, and I don't blame them. But we're gonna do this anyway. Mass shooter attempts to murder 41 people, killing 18 and injuring 13 at a bowling alley and a restaurant. Gotta stay prayed up, folks. You don't know what is going to happen in today's world, so you have to prepare for anything. And that's why the Bible says you have to pray for everything, because you never know who. All right, we got one person in the building. Glad you're back. Sorry about the technical difficulties. All right, you see the title, mass shooter. Okay, that person left. So it is what it is. Mass shooter attempts to murder 41 people, killing 18, injuring 13 at a bowling alley and a restaurant. Um, you gotta be safe where you're at, and you have to trust your intuition. You have to stay prayed up, and you have to ask God to keep strengthening your discernment. When you have discernment, you'll get the feeling to not go somewhere. You'll get the vibe to not go there. I know some things are uncontrollable. You can't control everything around you and everything that happens, but that's why you have to pray about everything. All right, that's why the Bible says pray about everything. You got to ask God to protect you, because the world we live in today, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know when it's going to happen. So you want to be prayed up, and you want to be prepared. You don't know what type of spirits are out here, and you don't know who's dealing with what, and you don't know who's holding on to certain things they need to be letting go. A lot of people out here are holding on to some things when they should be letting go of some things. All right. And I was doing some research on this particular topic, and what I found is it all revolves around some type of resentment. They have some type of deep seated, deep rooted feelings towards themselves, towards other people, towards a particular group, and that turns into hate. And that hate manifests into what you see taking place: mass shootings. People don't, and this is just my theory on it, people who don't work on themselves, who have really, really deep seated, like really deep rooted hatred towards themselves and others, unfortunately, these are the types of things that happen. All right. So when you have God in your life, this is the type of thing that you avoid. All right. You have to constantly have God in your life. You got to constantly be talking to him, constantly be praying to him, because you don't want to allow that anger to get to you that bad. All right. These are everyday normal people until they flip out, until somebody crosses the line and they don't deal with it rationally. All right, these people are radical with their beliefs, and they allow their beliefs to take over instead of them being able to use logic and their common sense. It's not good to. It's obviously not good to go out and cause harm to other people. But when you don't think clearly and your mind is not operating functionally, you're not going to be able to see through that anger. Hello, Ablas. Yo, what up, Lucy Oliviera Garcia? What up? What up? Addie Doherty. How do you say that name? Doherty? Doherty? Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to say that. Daughtery, Addie Daughtery. Hello, hello. Sorry for butchering your name. Peace and love, all love. All right. The topic is that mass shooter. Um, it's getting kind of hectic out here. People are just going around and just apparently just yo, people are shooting up stuff, and I mean, like yo, you gotta be safe out here today. You have to what I'm talking about. My point of view of this is to just keep yourself safe by praying. I know that you can't control everything around you, but when you pray, you stand a chance. Um, I believe that you can pray for protection. I believe that when you pray ahead of time, that you could prevent yourself from getting in these types of situations. That's just my faith. I know everything is not. I know everything is not planned out. You know, I know everything. You can't plan for these kinds of things, but you can pray ahead. He speaks. Brazil. Okay, Brazil. That's what's up. Um, But yo, there was 18 people killed. All right, 18 people lost their life in this mass shooting. This has been, I believe, this was the 36th mass shooting this year so far. Um, they've had a lot of them, and it's people that are holding in pent up aggression. It's people that aren't letting go of stuff. All right, we got 6 people in the building. I need everybody to hit that like button. We got people who aren't letting go of stuff. If you hold on to things and you don't let go of things, you stand the chance of allowing things to get to you that bad. All right, these people who committed these mass shootings, they had something eating at them, and they didn't let that go. Whatever was eating at them, they didn't let it go. All right, so when you don't let things go, you are going to fill yourself with resentment. And they said that resentment is the one thing, the one commonality they found between all the mass shooters. All right. So when you have negative, destructive thinking, that comes from resentment. Resentment leads to negative, destructive thinking. When you don't let things go and you let things eat at you, they start to consume you. And when those things start to consume you and you start to allow those negative thoughts to cloud your judgment, you're not going to be able to react normally to certain situations. So you may fly off the handle. You may not handle things the right way. But in their case, all right, a more dramatic case, they went out and they shot all those people. And yo, Brazil in the house. What up? What up? Shout out to Brazil. Um, One of my favorite places. That's definitely a place I would love to go to. Shout out to Brazil. All right. When you don't let go of stuff, you you have to hold yourself accountable. All right, you have to let go of things. This is why you have to work on yourself. All right, these people are just undeveloped, and they let their attitudes, they let their anger, they let all that stuff boil up and pile up in them without releasing any of it, and then that's what happens. That's what it turns into. You have to find better ways of getting out how you feel and expressing yourself. You can't express yourself in a way that's going to ruin other people's lives and then ruin your life forever. You shouldn't wait until you get to that point. And that's all that happens. People are not working on themselves and they're becoming destructive to themselves and others. All right, you have to work on yourself. In these particular cases, these people needed a whole lot of self-work. All right, people have a whole lot of issues that they don't work on, that they just ignore. When you ignore these issues, right, you're not going to be able to function like or operate like a normal person. All right, that anger, that hatred, that hatred, these are all things you have to let go. All right, people have situations that happen to them. People are scarred from childhood. People may have had a rough time on their job. People may have been getting picked on or bullied. You have to forgive people that pick on you and that bully you. You have to forgive people that have upset you, or if you are mad or angry at a group of people, or you feel some type of hatred towards a group of people, you have to forgive yourself. And this is why you have to have God in your life, because you have to let go of that hate. You have to ask God to remove that hate from your spirit, because if you don't, anything can happen. All right, that hate will eternalize itself in you and can turn you into a demon. All right, so you have to ask God to release that hate. All right, when you have hate towards yourself, you have to heal. You have to ask God to heal you. You have to ask God to remove that hate so that you don't go around infecting other people with hate, and you don't go around taking that hate out on others with your actions. All right. Um, they believe in like a radical ideology. Why would I want to be angry? Why would I wish bad on people who have dealt with stuff in their childhood? Why would I want to be bitter? Why would I want to wish end on anyone? Yo, I don't know. I don't know. You definitely don't want to wish that on anyone. I'm kind of confused. Why would I want to be angry? Yeah, why would you want to be angry? You know, anger is what mass shooters deal with. That's why they go out and commit those crimes. They're either angry at a particular group because they have internal conflict with the way that group looks at things. Like, I have one idea, I clicked on this because I needed to see this. Yo, that's right. You do need to see this. Um, like, one group will have a certain type of feeling towards another group, but when people can't let things go, when you feel so when your hate is so deeply rooted and you're passionate about that hate, you're supposed to be passionate about loving people. You're not supposed to be passionate about hating people. All right. And sometimes people, that hate is so strong that they develop a passion, almost like a passion like hate, a very strong hate, to where that hate is so strong that they go act out on it. All right. And that's not good. All right. This type of stuff can be prevented. All that people need to know is that they don't have to hold on to the things that are making them feel that way. These people that are going out and shooting these people, they're holding on to a whole bunch of negative stuff, and they feel that they can't get rid of it. They feel that they can't change, and they feel that that's their only way out, is to make everybody feel their pain. Why would I want to wish death on anyone? Just asked if you wasn't live, I wasn't gonna click on it. Damn, let's be real. I asked that if you wasn't live, I wasn't gonna click on it. Yo, what are you talking about? I'm confused. Why would I want to wish death on anyone? I'm confused. Damn, let's be real. Yeah, I'm lost, but I'm gonna keep the live going. Um, like, they have radical ideologies. A radical ideology is the intent to transform or replace fundamental principles of a society or a political system, often through social change, structural change, revolution, or radical reform, process of developing radical views. All right, so radical ideologies come in different forms. Unfortunately, one of them is revolution. All right, so some of these people, they feel that they're being revolutionary. They have their certain belief on things. They have their certain idea on things. But how excuse me, however they feel, right? You can disagree with someone without being disagreeable. All right, they disagree to the point to where it develops and turns into hate. It's like, you disagree with me, I hate you. I have to do something to you. And that's when it becomes dangerous. That's why, me personally, just coming from my point of view, that's why I always ask God to remove the hate out of my heart, because, like, any type of hate is bad, but if you keep hate in your heart for a long time, it could turn into something worse. All right, so this is why you have to let go. This is why people kill people. You got to let go of these negative thoughts and these negative emotions. Stop replying. If I ask a question, what? I asked you if you wasn't live, I wasn't gonna click on it. Yeah, you got me lost. She said stop replying. But So, I mean, all we could do is just pray for those families, right? Like people need to seek help. If you know that you need to go get help, go get help. If you know that if you know that you have anger issues, go get anger management. If you know you have some type of deep rooted hatred, or you're hurt about something, go see a psychologist. There's somebody out there for you to talk to. A lot of these people are lonely. All right, they're lone wolves. All right, they don't have anybody to talk to. They don't have any friends. And I'm not saying that justifies what they did. Not at all. All right, I'm praying for the families, and I want justice for the families just like everybody else. But if you're looking for some type of solution for these types of problems, it's psychological. All right, these people need psychological help, and they're allowing themselves to be torn apart and eaten up by past negative situations. Because when something bad happens to you and you don't sort it out right in your mind, it could change your view. It could change your view on how you view the world. So now, because something happened to you could go around hating everybody, everyone, which will cause you to like not look at people in a good way, will cause you to want to possibly go harm and hurt other people, depending on how much hatred or anger that you have. All right, so it's always good to let go. All right, you need to let go. People have hate in their heart. They need to figure out why they have hate in your heart. You need to get to the bottom of these things so that way you can change yourself. Why do you hate these particular people? Why do you have hate towards men? Why do you have hate towards women? Why do you have hate towards a particular racial group or a particular group of people? Why can't you just let them be and go about their life and how they want to live and how they want to choose to live their life? People have these radical views on things, and they think that the only way they can go handle it is to go shoot somebody and go kill somebody. But it all boils down to how they are thinking. It all boils down to their personality. It all boils down to how they're feeling. All right, if these people had friends, if these people knew how to change their mind and how to better themselves so they can feel better and feel good, right? Like a lot of people don't know that they can have friends, or a lot of people don't know that they can change their life so they could make it better. A lot of people think that they're just stuck in a particular place. They think they're stuck in that sunken place and they can't get out of it. But if there's any negative situation that you're in, you could think your way out of it. You don't have to be a loser. You don't have to be sad. You don't have to be depressed. You don't have to be miserable. You don't have to be upset. But a lot of these people that have guns, me personally, I think that they need to start doing brain scans on people and psychic evaluations. All right, people need psychic evaluations that have these guns, because who's that? Yo, what up? What up? Then I don't even know how you say that, but yo, exactly. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and it's definitely good to pray, because a lot of these things could be prevented, because God could do anything. I'm feeling lonely. Oh, I wish I found a lover that can hold me. Now I'm crying in my room. Oh, okay, yo, I'm sorry about that. I hope you fix that. I hope you find somebody. But a lot of these people are alone, and they either never had a girlfriend, or they never had like a friend, or they don't have anyone to talk to. They have a bleak outlook for their life. They think that they're losers. And like that's another thing that you'll find. These people think that they're losers. They have a bad self identity. They don't think good about themselves. All right, everybody deserves to feel good. Everybody deserves to be able to have a good idea about themselves. When you don't have a positive idea about yourself and you feel ostracized, and you tell yourself all these things that everybody is better than me, or people have a better life than me, or you're so focused on other people's lives and you tell yourself all these negative things, you're going to destroy yourself, and you could potentially ruin your life by what you're thinking and what you're telling yourself. I guarantee you, these people didn't think that they were going to end up being that a mass shooter. I maybe some of them, but I guarantee you, they didn't just their whole life they didn't just have this plan of being a mass shooter. I'm not saying they all may not have, but some of them have it. All right, some people just snap, and it's because they have negative views. If you look at yourself from a different point of view and you have a negative view, you could change your life. You don't have to see yourself as the person who has to live a miserable life. If you see yourself as somebody that has to be miserable, then things aren't going to look good for you. All right, you're going to be depressed. You're going to be stuck in that depression because you're not seeing a way out. Some people just don't know that there's a way out. There's always a way out when you're going through something. All right, I don't know if you're trying to play me or what, but it is what it is. What? No, she ain't no moderator. Another moderator just handled this. I don't have any moderators. But anyway, I'm praying for all the people who went through this. You know, it's not good that things like this have to happen, but it's just a sign of the times. The world is definitely coming to this world that we're living in is coming to an end. These things are taking place because God is just letting us know that, like, this society as we know it, this world as we know it, is coming to a close, and things are going to change. Like the new heaven and the new earth, ain't none of this stuff going to be there, but things have to get worse before they get better. When things get better, you're gonna know that it's a new heaven and a new earth. Like we haven't seen anything yet, and that's why you have to stay prayed up, because this stuff is going to keep happening. I don't want to sound sad. I don't want to sound like I'm speaking anything bad into existence, but this stuff is going to keep happening. We're living in the end of days, and these are signs of the times. These are signs that you need to get to where you need to go, and then if you're not doing anything, you need to just keep your ass in the house, keep your butt in the house. And if you are going out, you need to pray, and you need to cover yourself with a hedge of protection, cover yourself with the blood, so that way you won't have anything to be afraid of, and you don't need to go any place where you don't belong. Like, you shouldn't be putting yourself in harm's way. And also, like, you never know what's going to happen, unfortunately. Like, these people just want to go out to the bowling alley and have a good time. I mean, if you would have told them, yo, you should go pray before you go to this bowling alley, I'm not saying they wouldn't do it, but they probably looked at you kind of sideways, like, what do you mean? You have to pray before you go everywhere, living in the world we're living in today, because you never know what could happen, for real. All right, people just trying to go to the bowling alley. People just trying to, yo, what up, lovely me? I see you enjoying the chat. That's what's up. People are just trying to have a good time, and that's how you know that we're living in the end of days. You can't even go out and do stuff with your family anymore. You got to go wear a bulletproof vest. People are getting shot trying to go out and have some pizza and bowl, and then he went to a restaurant. This dude killed 18 people behind whatever he was feeling, and they didn't catch him yet. I don't even know how these people are, like, they're letting these people get all these guns in the first place. I don't mind people having guns. I believe everybody should be able to defend themselves, especially for situations like this. But how are all these guys that are doing the ones that are doing the mass shootings, how are they getting all these guns? They're like, these people are preparing years ahead of time. These people are buying guns at, like, they're planning this out. They're like buying guns over the course of a whole year, and then targeting a place. They're researching police tactics. Like a lot of them are military veterans, And shout out to all the military vets, but the people who have guns, they need to go under a psychic evaluation. Anybody that has an AK-47, like those large, massive artillery weapons, I believe that they need to go under every 6 months. Because I mean, what else is the solution? If you have one of those guns and you're registered, you need to go under a 6 month psychic evaluation. Because if they see something wrong with you, or if they see something that correlates with like the studies taken on the mass shooter's brain or their personality or their actions, then they need to take your gun away. Because why should they let people who have not to say mental illness, but why should people who would go out and do a mass shooting, why should they be able to have access to weapons like that? They shouldn't. So I mean, I don't know if you guys how you guys feel about it in the chat, but I believe that's a great solution. Take these people to the mental hospital, evaluate their brain, have them fill out some sheets, take some tests, answer some questions, and if they're not fit, just like a job, if you don't meet the qualifications, they're not going to hire you. If you don't meet the ramifications for someone who's sane enough to own weapons, you shouldn't have them. Plain and simple. All right. These like people are radical today. People feel some type of way about a particular group. They want to go out and off them. All right. If you don't do that, you don't. You just because you feel different about a particular group. I don't like this group. That doesn't mean you have to go kill them. That doesn't mean you go destroy people because you feel some type of way about a particular group. All right, but this particular hit, this man targeted families. He targeted innocent people. He didn't go to his job. He didn't go to like the White House or anything. He didn't target any political people. This guy went and targeted innocent people enjoying themselves and having a good time. So he either had some type of family issues, he either had some type of social issues to where he felt like he couldn't have no friends. He felt like nobody wanted to talk to him, and he possibly couldn't talk to anybody because of who he was. And everybody goes through these things, but the people who feel it the worst, the people who feel like the worst pain, the people who want to end their life and people who have like suicidal thoughts, this is how they feel, and these are the types of things they do. They don't care about losing their life, and they don't care about taking other people's lives out. Those types of people need help. And how else will you know that somebody with a big old gun, a military weapon, feels like this? They need to, like, military vets who have weapons need to go under psychic evaluation, and people who have guns like that need to go under psychic evaluation. Because military vets, a lot of them, because it's a cruel world and the way the world is, they have wars, and people have PTSD when they come home from the war. All right, some people will pick their gun back up and think they're back in Iraq or in Vietnam or whatever they went through. And I'm not joking about that. I'm not making fun of that or anything, because I have respect for people who fight for this country. All right, I love this country, and there's not it's not perfect. There's a lot of things that are wrong with it, but I respect the people that went out to that, because you can't blame the people. They go out and they think they're doing something right. All right, they think they're going out and fighting for Uncle Sam. They think they're going out and doing a righteous, just cause for the country. So you can't really. The people aren't at fault. So you can't blame the people. But what you have to do is you still have somebody has to be held accountable. All right, so you have to hold somebody accountable. And since it doesn't look like the people in higher places are holding themselves accountable for this, like they send those people away. What up, DrewTube Nation? Yo, popular loner in the building. They send these people to war, and then they don't care about them. It's like they don't care if they're homeless. They don't care if they're on the side of the road. Like, you know how many homeless vets are out there with like signs that fought in the war? They don't care about these people. So it's like they're sending these people out to go fight, and they're not caring about their mental health. They're not caring about their mental state. They just want you to go out, fight their war, and then you come back, and then they throw you away. They discard you. Like the biggest narcissist in the world is the powers that be, because they don't have no love for people. They want you to go out, fight their war, come back, and then whatever. They don't care about you. And unfortunately, this started like around World War II, when a lot of African Americans fought for the country, and they came back and still couldn't find a place to eat. Like a lot of black soldiers been trying to warn people that they don't really care about us for a long time, and now people are starting to see. All right, people are starting to see, like, wait a minute, they don't care about us. They don't care about us. All right, Michael Jackson even said it. But they really, you don't do that. What? Yeah, yeah. Right, right. Yeah, you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't have people fight your war. You don't have people take care of what you need, and then they come back, and then they can't even get a place to eat. They can't even have shelter. Like, they should be taking care of these vets. All right, they should, like, these vets went out and fought for the country. They need to be treated like prized possessions. And it's really jacked up how they treat people. Like, that system is messed up. That's why a lot of people stop going out and stop fighting, because it's like, yo, I'm gonna get blown up. I'm gonna lose this arm. I'm gonna lose this ligament. I'm gonna come back, and all they're gonna do is throw a parade for me and give me $250 a month. That ain't shit. That ain't shit. It's not shit. And the fact that they'll treat people like that, it deters a lot of people from wanting anything to do with the Army, anything to do with the Navy, and I don't blame them. And I know there's a lot of people that love this country. All right, I know there's a lot of people. Are we really at the point where we all just need to be strapped up nowadays? Yo, it's really coming to that. Like, it really is coming to that, because when you look at the youth, the youth is with it, bro. The youth is Grand Theft Auto'd out. They are going to have them guns. You're not going to tell anybody that's 16, anybody between 16 and 25, even 30. You're not going to tell them that, they depend on how they're living, they're not going to have a gun. But just because the people are growing up in a different generation, it's like cell phone generation. The younger generation is the strapped up generation. They're going to have guns. Everybody had a cell phone in our generation. Now for their generation, everybody's going to have a gun. Like, the way they've been programmed with the music and everything, the way the way that they're putting out all these movies and all this entertainment, with like, if you look at the entertainment today, the movies, it ain't nothing but blood, right? Art imitates life, and life imitates art. These people get these spirits in them, and then they go out and act this stuff out in real life. Like, where do you think these people get these ideas from? They catch a bad attitude, they get their gun, they go out and they shoot some stuff up. But I honestly think that I do not have a problem with everybody being strapped up. All right, because people need to protect themselves, and you never know what's going to happen in today's world. If somebody was armed at that restaurant, they would have been able to prevent that. They would have been able to prevent that. And, you know, like, it seems kind of extreme to always have a gun on you, but in the world we live in, you can never be too safe. You know, it's not like our places going to start having to hire like armed security. Are people going to start having to hire policemen? Like some of these vets that come home that don't have a job, they need to hire some of these vets, the ones that are sane, the ones that, no disrespect, the ones that are not going through these types of mental issues, or have these types of things that these guys deal with, the PTSD. They don't have PTSD. They need to hire some of them and just have them at the restaurant armed. Like, people are going to have to start hiring armed forces for their business. Like, if I started a business, even if I was like Bun B and I had my burger joint, I'd have some armed people there. Number one, because that's a famous business. Number two, that's Texas. And number three, Like, see, this type of stuff don't have, Texas, yeah, there's some Texas mass shootings, but it's less likely to happen. All right, people in Texas are strapped up. These elementaries closing down. Wow. Elementary schools are closing down, probably because people are homeschooling. Like it's good. Like people are going. This is why I advocate. And see, people don't understand where DruTube is coming from when I say I am rich, and when I say get money and talk about money. When you have money, you'll have enough money to homeschool your children. You'll have enough money to go get some martial arts training. You'll have enough money to buy weapons to arm and protect yourself. You'll have enough money to go to the shooting range. You'll have enough money to get your weapons licensed to have them legally. You'll have enough time to study, arm yourself, and protect yourself and not be in the matrix. You'll have enough time to where if anything happens, your children won't be at school. They'll be at home. So if anything happens, you'll be able to protect yourself. You know what's happening to your kids. Ain't nobody trying to touch your kids. Ain't nobody trying to shoot your kids. Ain't nobody trying to do anything to where you're not aware of it because you are the one who's around your children. Not to say you're trying to be a control freak and smother them and stop them from having the joys of life. But when you have money, you have more power and more freedom to be able to do things. I'm not just talking about money, just no. You need money so that way you can prepare. We're living in the end of days here. You keep thinking that Terminator movie's not real if you want to. Keep thinking that Terminator movie is not real if you want to. Go ahead, keep thinking that Terminator movie's not real if you want to. With technology and the way everything is going, is it has to come to that. We're living in the end of days, y'all. It's just the way that God. It's just the way that God has it panning out. And we people bring these things on themselves. God has no part in unhappy, chaotic conditions because God is loving. People do this to themselves, but God already knew that people were going to do this to themselves. He knows that God says that the ways of man are wicked. All right, the man is wicked. Of course, I don't promote violence, but what other solution is there if our politicians are sitting idle on this issue? They are quiet as a church mouse. They don't know what to say. In one breath, they're telling you that you should have your guns, and in the next breath, they're saying that they should take them away. They're too busy trying to please this side or that side instead of finding a solution. They're too busy worried about is somebody going to vote for me because of what I say instead of trying to find a solution. This is why you have to become self-sufficient. When you do for yourself, you're not waiting for somebody to do for you. When people do for themselves, people can create laws. People can make laws. You could take a law to your congressman. You get a petition signed behind the law, and you take that to your congressman. People can make things happen, but they choose not to. They choose to put their fate in somebody else's hands and wait for them to make something happen for them. And that's not what you do with your life and your time. That's the opposite. That's the last thing that what you do. That's what slaves do. Oh, we're just going to see what he going to do for us. You got to do something for yourself. Then see if somebody will do something for you. People only do things for people who do things for themselves. That's why it seems like everybody else is moving and shaking in society and other people aren't. Other groups come to this country, they be getting stuff moving. They got bills passed, laws passed, money here before they even get here. You got to be able to do for yourself. Can't wait for Congress people to do stuff because they're too worried about who's going to vote for them. That's what they're focused on. Their focus is on who's going to vote for me. They don't care who gets killed because it's not them. It's not their family. They got security. So this isn't a big issue for them. They care about it. They probably wanted to stop, but it's not their main priority. It's not their main focus. They got security. They know they're taken care of. If it was them and if it was happening to them, it'd be a different story. But I mean, I agree with Popular Loner. I feel everybody should be strapped up. Yo, Greg, what up? What up? I feel everybody should be strapped up because the way things are going today, everybody should have a gun because that would make things safer. People would be less likely to do things like this because they would have the fear of getting shot and killed because they do these things and it's like nobody there has a gun. The person targeted some people bowling and going out to eat. This guy was upset, heartbroken, lonely, destroyed from the inside out, and decided to go shoot up some innocent people trying to have dinner and bowl. He decided he I still remember Columbine was a big deal. Fast forward 20 years and these things have only gotten worse. Brother, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. And I'm not trying to speak negativity into the universe. It's only going to get worse. Things have to get worse before they get better. These things are going to start to become common. They had 36 of them this year. They had more mass shootings than they had months. I think that's what the comment said. More mass shootings than they had months in a year. No, they had more mass shootings that I think they said it was something like that. Like before, I don't remember quite exactly what they said, but it had something to do with the amount of months that we had and the amount of mass shooting, and they compared the amount of mass shootings to the amount of months in the year. It's something about the year not being over yet. Okay, we got 0 people in the building, but that's what YouTube says. Wow. Yeah, it's only getting realer, man. I don't like, yo. How do you feel about bulletproof vests? Like y'all think that people need to invest in bulletproof vests? Like you think people are just gonna need to like just suit up when they go out? I mean, like, man, the way it's looking, I think people are gonna have to start like wearing like bulletproof vests and wearing like army gear and like consider getting your vehicle bulletproof, like a real thing. Like you don't have to be a celebrity to get a bulletproof vehicle. I think that's like a real thing. I think that's what I think people are just gonna start doing that because you have to take precaution. You gotta play it safe. And it's like don't nobody like people just want to go out and have a good time. People can't even go out and have a good time anymore. But yeah, that's really all I had to say on the topic. I wanted to just touch on this topic briefly. Um, I think I did pretty good, you know. I just wanted to, yeah, I just had a few things to say on this. I don't agree with the mass shootings. Obviously, my take on it and my solution is giving people CAT scans, giving people brain scans, checking people periodically. I think every 6 months, within a year, if the person has some type of high firearm, artillery weapon that could take out like a whole army, and if they have all this ammo and all these bullets, like they're preparing for war. I don't know why people aren't taking that into consideration. It should be like a limitation on the amount of ammo you have. It should be like it should be up to at least a level of self-defense. It shouldn't look like you're trying to start a whole war in your crib just for the safety of others. All right, everybody has a gun. Nobody's going to need that many bullets. And something happens on the street, everybody is packing. Something happens in the neighborhood, everybody's strapped. But I mean, I think everybody should have a gun. That's just how I feel. Because with people just randomly going to places and shooting places, if people have guns, everybody's going to be able to shoot that person. Imagine if everybody was strapped at that dinner and they just all start aiming at that person and shooting them, he would have been dead. They would have saved some lives. The lack of mental health aid is a major issue as well. Yeah, so it's a lot of mental health aid. Wow. Yeah, they do need some mental health aid for the soldiers. That's what I suggested. I said that they need to start checking on these people, but they throw them away. They don't care about them. They fight, they come back, and then that's it. They're just a number, just another social security number collecting SSI. But I didn't want to drag this out. I just wanted to highlight you guys real quick, tell you guys how I felt about this. This was my first video on a news topic. Let me know how you think I did. I think I did all right. I think I did pretty good. I know I could have did better. I wanted to touch on some. I wanted to get a little bit more into depth on this, but I didn't have as much time to do as much research as I would have liked. But I feel I did pretty good, and that's why I don't want to draw this video out anymore. But I definitely will have more lives on topics like this that are more in depth, and I definitely will be doing more thorough research as time goes on. But this was my first one. I just want to see how I would do and how I could touch base on a particular topic like this. This took place in Maine, and like I said, it happened at a bowling alley and a restaurant. I'm not quite sure if places are safe anymore. That's why you always have to pray. That's why I always suggest praying before you go places, even if it's to the bathroom and you walking from your car, even if it's to Wawa. In today's world we live in, you never know what's going to happen, so you have to put God first in your life. My point of view on this, my take on this is letting go of hatred, letting go of hatred, and letting go of anger. If these people who have these weapons who turn into mass shooters, if they were able to have some type of new idea or some type of new mindset, they would be able to heal themselves so they wouldn't go out and cause the other people to experience the type of pain they feel on the inside. Because in order to go shoot someone like they do, they have to be experiencing some type of pain or some type of psychological issue, and both can be fixed when you sit a person down and you help them sit through and think through things with their mind. You could think through any situation. With God, all things are possible. People can be healed of mental illness. People can be healed of mental disease, but you have to, the person has to be aware that is something wrong with them, or somebody has to be aware or see something that is wrong with them. And that's why I would push for psychic evaluations of people who have weapons, veterans, people who went to war, came back, have their weapon. People who have weapons need to go under psychic evaluation, so that way every 6 months you'll be able to see and tell if this person is mentally equipped or mentally stable enough to possess these firearms. All right, so I don't want to make this any longer than that. I appreciate everybody sticking around for this live. I appreciate you guys hearing me out, hearing my opinion, hearing my view on this. This has been another DruTube special. We covered a real topic tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Peace, love, and my prayers go out to Maine. All right, there were some more people in the chat. I wanted to close it with a prayer for these people real quick, but baby, I'll do that if you guys leave some comments, or if somebody comments on the video, or if somebody comments on the video, or if I see some comments in the comment section about do a prayer video for it, I might. But definitely my prayers and love and support go out to Maine, the people out there. My dad went to college out there. I've never been, but yeah, that's terrible that this had to happen. And yo, this is like the 36th mass shooting that happened this year, folks, and it's only going to get worse. So when I say stay prayed up, that's not a that's not for you to be cliched up. That's for you to actually stay prayed up, because we're living in a time where you want to be as close to God as possible. All right, and that's no lie, that's no joke, that's a very serious thing. If you want to stay safe out here, and if you want that protection on you each and every day, everywhere you go, for you, your family, your friends, your loved ones, you're going to want to stay prayed up out here. Definitely always pray when you wake up and before you go to sleep, for yourself your family, and everybody else. All right, it's been another Druuill special. Shout out to the chosen vessel. Salute to the Galactic family. Salute to Drew Nation. And I appreciate everybody for checking out this live. Everybody post in the comments. Let me know how I did. And if there's any updates, if they find this person, I'm gonna do another video. But they still haven't found this guy yet. All right, so that's everybody pray for Maine. Everybody pray that they catch this guy. Lord, we pray that they catch this man. Lord, we pray that you heal the families, everybody that is still alive, everybody that's still with us. Lord, please protect them. Please heal them. Let them have a speedy recovery. And for everybody, God, that lost their family, please allow them to forgive this man so that way they could heal. Allow them to forgive this man and be able to gradually be able to find love and find healing and find comfort in their situation, because that's a rough situation and I know that's a traumatic situation. So God, please be with them and keep them close to you, and allow them to for you to keep you close to them, and allow the people that have been hit and that are healing, allow them to have a speedy recovery, and God bless them and their families as well. All right. So, all right, that's just a little short prayer. I close this prayer out, and I'm about to close this video out. God bless everybody. I'll see you all in the live stream later on at 10:30. Peace.